Okay, hello, good morning, everyone, and happy TransMarch for those of you in San Francisco or other parts of the world which are celebrating today. And I'm going to sneeze, and I'm very sorry. Oh, long day. Okay, so I'm going to do a sort of slightly faster than usual Friday code review today, because I have a bunch of prep work to do for TransMarch. I'm helping organize the Moto contingent, and I'm not great at actually filling out forms and remembering to do everything, so I need to do some last-minute checks. Sounds like the audio is working, and I'm just going to bring up the chat window on my phones. My desktop has decided that today is an excellent day to once again have some invalid sectors on one of my ext4 disks, so I think I maybe need to look at that, but that will be for another day. So I'm going to be just doing it from my laptop today, and it looks like I have Stream Chat up on both of my phones, so feel free to come in with comments if you're so inclined. So today we're going to start off, I'm going to look at my sort of existing code reviews and check and see if there's anything, like if people have responded to them, or if there's anything that we need to follow up with. And this is, something which is maybe less fun to do compared to the alternative, but it's really important. My wife is currently going up into my bed to presumably steal my stuffed animals, so that's cool. So I'm going to the Spark PR's AppSpot page here, and this lets me see not only the PRs that I've authored, and we can see that there's a few outstanding ones. Oops, that's my morning alarm to go to work. Well, wake up normally. But there's also lists of PRs that I've commented on. And this is really useful because while GitHub has a similar sort of thing and I can get notifications, my notifications are pretty much overwhelmed with crap. So I just like going in here because it gives me a nice little dashboard view of what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and open up these two. We'll open up this one as well. Here's one from Seth. Just opened up 9 days ago. Interesting. Okay, and let's see if any of the other ones are from people. Oh, we can take a look at this one from Jacek as well. Jacek just tweeted yesterday that he's going to be at Spark Summit in October, which is exciting because I'll be there as well, and it's always nice to catch up with people in person. Okay. So that is probably more than enough to try and look at today, given sort of what's going on. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. Right. Here we go. So I'm going to go down and take a look for my own comments. Okay, I got a message from a friend I'm going to reply to just after this. Okay. So one of the things that we can see here is we have a lot of tooling which tries to help us. However, it's probably gone a little bit off the rails here. For example, this PR I'm fairly certain is not adding unsafe row buffer. We've had that for a pretty long time. And I'm just going to let my friend know said I'll get back to her in a second. The joys of organizing stuff for Pride. Cool. So we probably can't trust the output here. It's clearly wrong. So let's go ahead and just jump into the code. Actually, before we do that, let's refresh what this thing is trying to do. It is trying to make the restrictions on JSON options different for the read and write side. And yeah, this makes sense. For example, here we would expect this to use the default value. And so yeah, let's go ahead, jump into files changed, and take a look. Okay, so JSON options has protected def. Awesome. So we can see if you watched last week's or the weeks before code review, there was, I left a comment here which said like, hey, this specifies what happens during read time but not during write time, and now this actually handles both. It'd be good to specify what we do. And so we can see here, uses UTF-8 during write time now, and that makes a lot more sense. Yay! Or I mean, it is easier to read. It makes the same amount of sense. It's just easier for lazy people like me to be like, yeah, that sounds right, and keep going. Okay, private SQL JSON options in read. Yeah, that looks like what we would expect. And so check encoding here does the previous check encoding work that was up here. And this is just essentially moved so that it's only happening on read. It's not happening all of the time. So that looks good. Yeah. JSON generator, JSON parser, the JSON options are now relocated. Oh wait, why is this? Huh. Why is this split on 2 lines? Were two import statements this way. Question/net, and this is just like, you know, these could just all go together. I mean, it will go over the line length, but then we normally do a new line unless the style's changed, and I just haven't been keeping up to date. So that's why it's a question/net, because I'm not super sure, and also I don't really care. I guess I don't really care isn't a very great thing to say, but like in the realm of like sort of things that matter, splitting import statements isn't super important, but it's better to be consistent, and also if we have changed what we're doing, I would really like to know so that I can follow our new guides when I'm doing it. And if we haven't changed it, we might as well be consistent, because there's very little low price to being consistent, making it easier to read. Cool. I love this. This is another thing where it was like, hey, one of the things that I mentioned was it would be really cool if there's restrictions on how we can read it back, to mention that. Ooh, okay, yeah. And behind me, my computer is saying that one of my hard drives is very sad. So this computer's been with me for a very, very long time. It may be time for a new one. Laptop is still fine, though. It's fine. It's fine.
You've had that computer longer than we've been dating.
Yes. As my wife points out, I've had this computer, the one which I normally stream from, for longer than we've been dating. And we're now...
We're at 5 years?
I'm not really sure.
We're at 4 or I think we're at 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know how long my wife and I have been dating, and she doesn't either, which makes it okay. But we should really figure that out at some point. Because, like, I think people expect us to know how long we've been dating.
I know how long we've been married.
Yeah, because that's, like, well, I mean, it depends which marriage. Okay, I'm gonna... That sounded weird. I'm gonna get back to software, sorry. But if you want to wear clothes, you can come join.
Okay.
And we can switch back to talking at the end in, like, maybe 15 minutes. Cool. I'm just going to reboot this other computer back here really quickly. Reboot. And hopefully I can switch back to my, like, big fancy computer with a nicer microphone. Let's keep going, though. Okay. How's this looking? So, yeah. This test switched into a positive test. Yeah, okay, this looks good to me. So, except for maybe the small nit. So I'm going to say looks really close. One small question with the imports. One small question with the imports. Would like to clarify. And that's just, you know, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. So better to be safe than sorry before we merge it. Oh, sorry. Damn, Android piece of... I mean... if you hit dismiss at just the right time, it doesn't work properly. God damn it. Oh, hey, cool.
Hey.
Carolyn's here. Give me a second. Sorry. Okay, well... that alarm went off at a pretty good time because that wraps it up for our first PR of the day, which is allow saving of JSON files in UTF-16 and 32. So that's exciting. Logistic regression model to string should summarize the model. That also seems important and useful. Oh, it looks like this... Huh. Okay. Cool. I guess I'll take a look at it. Give me a second. Oh, cool. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Actually, yeah, this looks great. Oh, that is the one question that I have. Okay. So, this looks really good. I like this. My only question is why in MLlib classification we call the toString directly for repr and... Oh, probably because the UID? Yeah. Let's go ahead and I'm going to look for other places where we call repr inside of the code really quickly here. Repos, Spark, and this is going to be Python, PySpark, ML. Looks like we do it a few times inside of regression, so let's go ahead and open that one up. And just if this is following the same pattern, it'll look good and we can merge it. Yep, this is... Wait, no, this is not matching. No. Oh, that's so frustrating. Buttons. Okay. So my question here is why we aren't calling the Java / Scala toString method directly as we do in the MLlib one, and in many of the other. Let's go ahead and look in models in regression.py. Okay, cool. Review changes. Sorry for not noticing this earlier. Looks really good. Quick question on the Python side, though. Would love to get this in. And this is, I mean, I don't normally mention that I would really like to get it in, for obvious double entendre related reasons, but mostly I just want to be really clear. I feel really bad that I didn't notice this PR when it was originally made in 2017. Actually, I did notice it and then promptly forgot about it. Yeah. Fuck. Totally my bad on this one. And there's a test now, like the thing that I asked for originally back in 2017. So, yeah. Oops. But, I mean, good sign. Like, I have one quick question. If we can get that addressed, we can totally merge this, and that would be super exciting. So that's cool. We'll come back to that, next week, probably. I'm gonna press some buttons on the computer behind me and probably give you a kind of weird angle of my boobs. I don't know, or other parts of my body. I don't know. Sorry, probably should have hit be right back. Let's see. Happy computer is not so happy. Yeah. Okay. Which is sad, because the plan is to use the big computer to do our video processing for very legitimate TransMarch stuff. Scroll. Where does it leave? I left off with me trying to convince Seth to take a look at this. So I'm going to ping Seth one more time. I'm going to try and get Seth's opinion as well, because I don't want to make the call on this one. Yeah, this is a thing which definitely come back to probably later. In that this one's going to require like sitting down, reading through it all again, because the original author isn't super sure what the right path forward is, and I'm not super sure right now, and so that's not great. Or I mean, that's actually totally normal and totally fine. But that normally takes longer than like the 10 minutes that I have set aside for the rest of today, because I want to go and get ready for TransMarch. This one I think is probably just going to be like, hey, yeah, okay, so this is once again the thing where we're just going to ping Seth, because it's Seth's PR to start with, but I'm pretty sure at this point it's abandoned, but I would like him to explicitly say that so other people can pick it up and work on it. And actually, ideally, I would convince him. I try and use the word convince now instead of trick more frequently, because I'm told that's more professional, and it makes me sound less like a used car salesperson. And so I would like to convince Seth that the right path forward is to close his PR and say, hey, I don't have the time to finish this, but I would love to review it, because I don't want to have to review the follow-up to this either. Or, I mean, I would love to help, but I would also love for Seth to do the sign-off, because he spent a lot more time in this space. Okay, cool. And this is Yasek's PR. Super exciting in that I don't really care about which group the functions should be in. I just want us to do it consistently. It sounds like Reynold has a strong opinion. So that seems like we should probably just do that, since he's the only person with a strong opinion here. So, I mean, yeah. ASIC, how would you feel about just moving? And since Reynolds has a strong opinion, and I don't really know what the right one is, we'll just go ahead and suggest that as a path forward, and that's great. And add num iter to clustering summaries. Cool. Yeah, this is going to take a bit of time. Oh, but it's so close. Fuck. Okay, whatever. This is going to be the last PR that I look at today. Which is also often what I say about the drinks that I have. Like last night, the first drink was going to be the last one, but somehow there was bubbly rosé.
Bubbly rosé is delicious.
It is.
Even when you just run it through a bubble maker.
Oh my god. We should get some cheap rosé and run it through a bubble maker and then make slushies.
Rosé all day.
Yeah.
We should definitely make slushies.
But we should definitely make alcoholic slushies after we're done riding our scooters.
After Pride.
Yeah. Ah, god damn it. No! I have like a not quite 0% success rate at getting my phone to do what I want it to do, but it's not looking good. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So we've gone back and forth on this PR a few times with some other people. Is this constructor private now? It is. Cool. Yeah. So essentially, because there's like a slight disagreement about what the path forward is, what did I say last time? Okay, yeah, so on April 13th, I said if no one objects in a week or so, so January, February, March, April, May, June.
Yeah.
So I think we've over-delivered on that week, so I think that's good. The AppFair building fail is like not... it's a thing I'm going to glance at, but I don't trust AppFair. It normally fails for garbage reasons. It would matter more if this was touching Spark R directly, but normally AppFair just fails because it hates me. Okay, reactor summary, Spark project POM failure. Yeah, that's not... I'm sorry, I shouldn't say hates me. It fails for kind of silly reasons. If we go in here, we're gonna double check that it failed for a silly reason. Did it fail just down? It could not resolve the dependencies for Spark parent POM. Could not transfer artifact. Okay, let's go ahead and double check Spark-parent. Yeah, okay, this looks like kind of a junk failure, so that's fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and just, yeah, this looks good. Okay. Did it pass Jenkins? It did. Okay. So that being said, it passed 24 days ago. LGTM pending Jenkins. Jenkins retest. Jenkins retest this, please. And so I said this was the last PR that I was going to look at, but if the Jenkins retest succeeds and I'm not drunk this evening, or otherwise tied up, I will, yeah, I'll merge this, because it's been a long time, and it's probably the right thing to do, and if it's the wrong thing to do, it's not that wrong the thing to do. At some point, you know, progress is better than nothing. So, Jenkins, retest this, please. So hopefully this will pass the Jenkins retests, and then we'll be able to merge it. The app there build failure looks spurious, and I don't know how to retrigger it. And so that's pretty good. Okay, I think that's only 30 minutes. Normally I do an hour, but it's Pride, and that's a picture of a doggo.
And Canadian Tire.
Oh, I like Canadian Tire. I miss Canadian Tire. So let's go ahead, and we're going to switch into like talking mode, where we can talk to people. I don't know if Carolyn, you want to come say hi? Now that you're wearing clothes. I have coffee.
I can't see enough of me that you would tell.
Yeah, but it's clear that you're wearing clothes now. You're a fancy lady.
I am a fancy lady. Love you.
Yeah, me too.
We've been together 5 years.
We have?
Yeah.
We're old people.
And our dating anniversary is nominally the Friday before Pride, because we don't remember when it actually is. But that's when we went screen printing.
Oh, screen printing was the first class, and pickle making was the second class.
Yeah, screen printing was our first day. I think pickle making was a while later.
Okay, well...
We didn't live together yet.
Yeah,
But it was at the point where I was telling you what knives to buy. No, you had the shittiest knives. I love you.
I love you too. Happy Pride, y'all.
Happy Pride.
If you're in San Francisco and you want to come out to the TransMarch today, TransMarch, or at least I at TransMarch always appreciate allies, because
there's not a whole lot of people.
Yeah, it's not very... It's getting bigger.
Are we going to have the banner?
Yeah, we'll have the sparkling pink panda banner over in the corner. It's the best that under $10 can buy. Probably?
The new one I thought was more than $10.
Oh, it might be the best that under $20 can buy.
It's the one the wind can go through.
Okay, yeah. I think we might have spent $15 including shipping.
Classy. Cricket.
Oh yeah. No. Just don't mention names.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. We'll follow up with her later. She sent a bunch of messages about stuff, and other people have too, because we're riding today, and the sparkling pink pandas are never organized.
We're very organized. We know that we meet up at the good 7-Eleven.
I mean, yeah, except sometimes people forget and go to the bad 7-Eleven.
If you're ever in San Francisco, the 7-Eleven at Mission and 30th is the good one. The 7-Eleven in the Castro doesn't clean their Slurpee machine.
And that's just disgusting. A really good way to get sick.
They don't clean their machine.
But it's okay. Their Sour Patch Kids are just as shelf-stable. So with that, I think we're going to go and get ready for Pride. I'll see you all next week. I'll probably do some live coding on Monday. And,
you need to decorate up here.
I do. I mean, I got the light strips to decorate, but I just haven't had a chance. Oh, and the other thing is we're going to try and live stream some of the Pride festivities. I don't know if that's going to work or not. You've definitely seen our test live streams with Cooking Time. Or I mean, you may not have seen them.
Are we going to keep doing Cooking Time?
Well, yeah.
I like Cooking Time.
I've had people at conferences come up to me and tell me that they appreciate Cooking Time. I enjoy it. I don't know what other people get out of it.
You lose subscribers. Maybe we should make a separate channel, but maybe not.
Maybe not. But yeah, I'm really hoping that we'll be able to do a fun live stream for TransMarch and Dyke March and Pride. I mean, the Pride one, almost certainly...
Too many phones.
The live stream is going to fail, but I'm hoping TransMarch will be able to do a live stream. And Dyke March, maybe. Who knows? You can come join us on a weird 360 camera mounted on top of some shit attached to my scooter with bolts.
Yeah.
Or Carolyn's scooter. I'm not sure which one we're putting the camera on.
One of them. I made fixtures for both of them.
Yeah.
I used my engineering powers and a water jet machine and a Protract mill. Yeah, I used probably $25,000 of equipment to make a bracket to put a flagpole on a scooter. Because buying one would have been like $50.
I mean, that's just. Does your boss watch our channel?
No, my boss thinks it's cool.
Okay, cool. Well, then that's what counts. Oh shit! I forgot to grab the
What?
the things. We'll talk after the live stream is over.
I forgot to get washers. We might have to go get washers.
Cool. Okay, so we gotta go and buy a bunch of shit for Pride, and this time it's washers and like screen cleaners and like other random shit that I don't normally buy for Pride. I already have my booty shorts picked. Oh, actually, I have to figure out which booty shorts for which day.
I have no idea what I'm wearing.
Do you want some booty shorts?
I don't know.
They
I get
will.
cold.
Well, yeah.
I love you. I'm not a femme. I don't think I'm a femme.
I mean, I have not done makeup and I'm on video. Okay, so this is probably getting kind of off topic. But lots of love. We'll see you all around, and happy Pride, y'all.
Bye.